The penultimate day of this, the 48th Tour of the Alps. Pensive mood at the start, not least because it's the Queen stage and also the weather was coming in. Very cold, lots of arm warmers and gloves on display, as you can see, leg warmers too. And no surprise, it was 9 Celsius at the start. And I've got to tell you, some rain came in as well. It did not dampen the enthusiasm of a breakaway, however, a whole sequence of them. But ultimately, it was going to take, yet again, a bit of fortitude. And that was displayed by Thymen Arensman. He rocked off the front. And as a very select band of brothers started to fracture, Baumann and Derek G teamed up as well in hot pursuit. Who else was going to be out there? That was the big question. Max Paul rolled the dice. Zangala as well. Young riders with big ambitions. But time was starting to run out. Another day of high altitude, 3,370 meters in total. In the second longest stage of this year's race, destination Obertiljach. The climbs, though, in the last sector, the big loop had been completed and the run for home was just around 32 kilometers in length after this peak. Well, wherever you climb, you have descents as well, and it had a wearing down effect on just about everybody. And suddenly, the realization that those up the road may well indeed take the lead, and it was left to Michael Storer to extricate himself from the chase and start to close down himself. Oh my goodness, what a task at hand with 33 kilometers remaining. Arensman up front had a deficit at the beginning of the day of 1:18. Storer was at 3:10 with the climbs and the descents constantly coming like punches to the solar plexus. Arensman was out there, a time trialist. Likewise, the chaser, Derek G of Canada, also a time trialist. The ability to park pain is part of what they do extremely well. And the man who'd taken on the task of trying to wind them in was, of course, our leader, Michael Storer. Behind him, the likes of Paul, of Bardet, they all regrouped together. Couldn't decide on who was going to be the main man of their group. Giulio Ciccone in the red points leaders jersey was also part of it. Baumann was tagged by Storer, but up ahead is where his mind lay. Derek G of Canada and, of course, Thymen Arensman. Could they hold on? And indeed, what would be the margin at the end of the day? Storer knew that he had an advantage, but you had to factor in bonuses. And in this race, time bonuses at the line, 10, 6 and 4 seconds available. They count for an awful lot. It's been decided by a handful of seconds in the past. Would that be the case, indeed, by the time we finish duties at Leeds tomorrow? This, the big day, however, that could set your stall out, and indeed how you're going to approach the remainder of the race. Constantly they were attacking each other. It was just one blow after another. This time it was Felix Gall that went off for Decathlon AG Tour La Mondiale, and still out front Arensman was paddling away. 28 seconds back to G, and 1:41 at this point, cut to 1:23 by Michael Storer. That would be just about enough for him to hold on to the green jersey. 1:18 all of a sudden. It was going his way. And then, of course, the news got through to Arensman. He had to dig very, very deep, and that's precisely what he did. He was starting to rock and roll as the green meter markers were there into the hoarded section, and when he crossed the line after 4 hours and 17 minutes, the clock started to count back. How would it be? Derek G was coming in, and his margin, well, it was to be 1:18 seconds for him, and 6 bonus seconds to be taken off his tally. And then finally Storer crossed the line, but he knew he'd lost the leader's jersey, and by a margin of just 11 seconds. Can you believe it? Then it was a battle for points, of course, that was rocking into our consciousness. Felix Gall, the Austrian, wanted to make a statement and did so at the line. Just edged Giulio Ciccone, who stays in the red jersey. Oh my life, what a day we have had. Amazing racing. Max Paul taking over the young riders jersey. Pickering still in blue, but into green. Thymen Arensman, our leader overall. With just 1 day remaining of this fabulous race, we head to Linz, and he has a margin of 11 seconds. So if he wins tomorrow, he'll get 10 bonuses as well. He needs to just keep an eye on Michael Storer, who trails him. Very modest margins here, with a great day still to come. Always fabulous racing at the Tour of the Alps. The finale tomorrow.